Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Thursday, May 22nd, 2014. The first article today is from Washington's blog, Western Media Blackout on the Reality in Ukraine. And it just highlights some stories that never made it through. At least the true version didn't make it through. And just a reminder that we are being manipulated intentionally. The news is filtered, modified, and this has been happening for a long time, but at least we're more aware of it now, and we can look around and find true sources where we can find out what's really going on if we are diligent and persistent. This is an article from altmarket.com, who is the new secret buyer of U.S. debt. And you are probably aware that the BRICS nations have been moving away from treasuries, selling treasuries. We have someone else who's stepping up to buy treasuries. The U.S. is in desperate need of a benefactor to purchase its ever-rising debt and keep the system running. Strangely, a buyer with apparently bottomless pockets has arrived to pick up the slack that the Fed and the BRICS are leaving behind. But who is this buyer? At first glance, it appears to be the tiny nation of Belgium. And Belgium, of course, is the seat of the Illuminati for the most part. That is the kind of, the home court of the Illuminati. But what's supposedly going on here is that someone somewhere is using Belgium as a proxy in order to prop up the U.S. So on the surface, Belgium has come to the rescue of the corporate U.S. government. But there is a deeper story, and this article makes some suggestions, but I don't think it's possible to know precisely what's going on. From Zero Hedge, Facebook launches NSA-style auto eavesdropping feature. I hope there are people who love the feature and post more, says Facebook's product manager excitedly about the new feature they just added. We suspect people will not. As the Wall Street Journal reports, starting Wednesday, the app has the ability to recognize music and television shows playing in the vicinity of users. Facebook is openly doing this, telling all of us that they are going to be listening to what's going on in the background when we are on Facebook. They're asking us, in many respects, and I think, as the Illuminati is becoming more public about who they are, in many respects, I think that they are presenting us with a noose and saying, just slip your head in here. And hey, maybe it's made out of silk, maybe it's covered with satin or velvet, but it's still a noose. And we're on our own here. We can opt out of this kind of stuff. And this is the time I think that it's crucial for us to opt out and to make our opinions known, leave comments places. Take a risk, be honest about how you really feel about things, because if we don't do it now, I think we're going to miss our opportunity. And yeah, we have the power at this point to stop buying GMOs, stop getting vaccines, stop doing things that support companies like Monsanto and the pharmaceutical industries. We can make choices now and block their plans just by noncompliance. And I think this is the time. It's essential. And interestingly enough, the 10th Amendment Center has this article about noncompliance. Mass noncompliance overwhelms enforcement. I've never attended Mardi Gras, but I have experienced the pirate-themed mega party that is Gasparilla in Tampa. I observed a lot of people breaking the law. I witnessed hundreds of revelers drinking alcohol from open containers. I bumped into countless publicly intoxicated partiers. I saw women exposing their breasts in exchange for 10-cent plastic beads. I could go on. I also saw a lot of cops, but I didn't personally witness one arrest. Mostly police just looked on as thousands of people flaunted the law. Many cops seemed somewhat amused by the antics. And this is, when we all, this article is highlighting, this illustrates an important reality. When enough people ignore a command, those trying to enforce it find it increasingly difficult to do so. It's a simple matter of resources, manpower, and scale. A few hundred cops will not enforce their will on 200,000 people. Here we find the key to nullification through state and local noncompliance. It creates the same dynamic for those in power as Mardi Gras or Gasparilla. When enough states refuse to comply or cooperate with the enforcement of federal act, D.C. finds it increasingly difficult to impose its will. This is an example of government deriving its power from the consent of the governed. When we do not consent and do not comply, the power plug is pulled on the government. And here is my last bit of good news for the day from RT. Oregon counties ban cultivation of GMO crops. This is another example of noncompliance. We just don't go along. We don't add our amen. We don't contribute our dollars. We just say no. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and insist on liberty.